Hey guys, in this video we're going to add our search functionality to on each resource page. Alright, so we're going to do it for pages, categories, and users. Basically we want to be able to type something in here and then the table will it'll narrow down to match whatever we type in here. Alright, going by the page title. So at first I was looking for a script that we could use, that we could download and use, but I actually decided to go with a little bit of custom code and not much at all, probably about 10 lines of JavaScript to do this. Alright, so first thing we want to do is let's open up these pages. Alright, so we want to open up pages and users. And also, I'm sorry, not user, but users, plural. And also categories. Okay, and we want to go and look for the form that we have in the nav bar, the search form, which is right here. And I'm just going to add a class to this, and I'm just going to call it search form. Alright, and you want to do that to all 3 pages. Alright, so we have the classes. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to go back to pages and I'm going to go all the way to the bottom. Alright, and we want to go under this here, the table sorter, Java or jQuery, and open up another set of script tags. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do here is create a variable called rows. Alright, and that's going to be equal to, we're just going to say table tr, because basically we want all the tables to be able to do this. We actually need quotes here. Alright, so it's going to grab the table row, and that's what we're going to assign to this rows variable. Alright, so next we want the search form. Actually we need a dot here because it's a class. Okay, so search form, and then we're going to use the key up action. So key up, basically when you push down a key and then you release it, that's the key up event. Alright, so when that happens we want to run a function. Alright, and we're going to set a variable called val, and we're going to set that to trim, and then we want to use this, meaning the table row. So this dot val, and then we want to say dot replace. Okay, so replace, and we're going to use a little bit of regular expressions here. We want a slash space plus slash g. That's the first parameter, and then the next one is just going to be blank space, and we want to just set this to lowercase. I think that's right, to lowercase. Alright, and then we want to take the rows variable, so we're going to say rows dot show, because we want to basically hide all the results that don't match the query and just show the ones that do. So we want show, and then filter, show dot filter, and inside filter we want another function. Alright, and what we want to do here is create a variable called text, and we're going to set that to this dot text, and then we're going to say dot replace, and then we're going to use another regular expression here. So we want a // s plus and g. Okay, second parameter, just a blank space. And we want to do our 2 lowercase again. I'll just copy this. Alright. Actually, this regular expression we need to have after the plus sign. We should have a /. Yeah, okay, so that's good. On the next line, we're going to return. We're going to return, and then we're going to do an exclamation, and then the tilde character, and then we want text dot index of. Alright, and then we want to get the index of the value. I'm sorry, val, which is our variable. Alright, and then down here, we just want to say dot hide. Okay, that's going to hide all the listings that don't match, and that should be it. Sorry if it's a little confusing. It took me a while to figure it out. So let's just make sure that we have the correct classes. Okay, you want to make sure you have the search form, because that's where this is coming from. Alright, so let's go ahead and save it and give it a shot. So we'll say sample. Obviously, now we use the 2 lowercase because we're setting all of these to lowercase before we actually filter it, so that this will still come up with this. Okay, even though that the S and the P are uppercase. Okay, so alright, so sample page F. By now everything should have been filtered out except the 5 and the 4, so something's not right. Okay, we get no console messages or anything, or errors. Table tr key up function value. Actually, you know what, guys? I think I know the problem. I think, let's go up to the form again. Yeah, we put the search form class should actually be on the input, not the form. Okay, so make sure you do that. Let's put that here, and that should fix it. Okay, so we'll save, go back and reload. Okay, so now it seems to be working. Alright, so if I say sample, obviously that's going to match all of these. Same thing, sample page, but if I say sample page F, you can see that it narrows it down to 5 and 4. If I change it to O, it only gives us sample page 1. Alright, so that's how it's supposed to work. Alright, so basically what we need to do now is the same thing with the categories and the users. Okay, so let's go and go to users and go to the form and just add the class of search form to the input, not the actual form. And then at the bottom here, let's just go and copy that bit of JavaScript and jQuery. Alright, and we'll paste that here. Oh, we actually have 2 body tags here. Get rid of that. Alright, save that, and we'll go to users, and let's say B. Okay, so it doesn't look like that's working. Did I not save it? Okay, form input has a class of search form. Huh. You know what, guys? We have the search form class on the form still, so we need to get rid of that and just have it on the input, and that should be all set. Alright, so now you can see that it's working. If I type in Brad, it's only going to give us me. Okay, so now the last thing, we need to do this for the categories. So let's just go ahead and copy the JavaScript and go to categories.html, and on the you can see that this also has the search form on the form tag. We need to get rid of that and put it here. Sorry about that. And then just paste this in down here, and we should be all set. Okay, so we'll say sample category O, and you can see that it filters it to sample category 1. Alright, so that is our search functionality. The last thing we need to do with this template is to create a form for each resource, so we can have a form to add categories, users, and pages. Obviously these forms aren't going to actually do anything because we're just doing the front end, but we will get into that next.